Hi guys, I'm Exactchaos and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. I'm going to pause it just for a second. In this episode, we really got to get the agricultural stuff up and running. But in order to do that, we need to make sure that we've got everything in ideal conditions. So something that I haven't really looked at a lot in some of my past playing of the game is how to optimize this. So as I said, I haven't actually played the agricultural update, and this is like one of the first times that I'm playing it, so I haven't really looked into it a lot, but my understanding is that there are ideal situations in which you can grow this. Not quite saying that to me, right? It's not getting that rating. Unless they've changed it. Unless they've changed it. So body temperature 10 to 30, domestic growth, that kind of thing. Okay, hang on. So what I'm going to do, is there anything else in there? Atmosphere, oxygen, polluted oxygen, or carbon dioxide. So those are the three things it can grow in. It needs 10 to be 10, between 10 and 30, and needs to be air pressure between, for wild growth. And for domestic growth, is that the only difference? As long as it's fine. Seems a little bit funny. It's got a bit of food poisoning. Oh, germ life cycles. Interesting. Infection details. Survives in polluted dirt, genetic ooze. Haven't seen any of that around. Disinfected by solid. Bleachstone, chlorine, and pickled. Ah, I see. Killed by gas, etc., etc. This is just germ. Food poisoning. Multiplies in polluted water and is edible when in an edible form. Survives in polluted dirt and genetic ooze. Inhibited by polluted oxygen or liquid. Killed by gas. Disinfected by solids. Okay, etc., etc., etc. Okay, not interested in that too much now. What I am quite keen on is getting some of this up and running. So I thought that there was some ideal conditions for it. Well, there's obviously optimal conditions, but I thought they were more ideal conditions. So what I'm going to do, actually, I am going to set up, is it cooler lower or cooler higher in the base? It's cooler higher in the base, and cooling in the base is definitely will start to become a problem. So what I want to make sure is that we don't pump too hot stuff in here. So this oxygen is already too hot to be pumping in here. So I'm kind of thinking what I should look at is a bit of a setup where we drip cool this thing. It is actually in some water, but I'm thinking what we should try and do is drip cool it a little bit. And then and it's so hard to just stay focused here, isn't it? Lice loaf, please. We don't have any. Let's go for the mush bars for now. Please create a ton of mush bars for us. And then I need to quickly look at this. So let me get a water pump all the way at the bottom over here. Please and thank you. And I'm also needing to give that a bit of a piping. I'm just gonna run a standard liquid pipe using sandstone, and I'm kind of wondering, of course what I'm gonna need to do if I want to drip it is actually put on a, anyway, I'm gonna run it up here, okay, because I'm gonna need to run it somewhere else. We don't have any pipes on that side, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually do that. Run it through. Okay, just stop it there and let me just get a liquid valve. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a liquid valve. I'm gonna flip it around like that. So it's over there. So this liquid pipe, please continue in there and out of there. Run straight down right till there and do a liquid vent up there, and I'm hoping that that very minor dripping will allow things to work out a little bit and also cool things off just a tad. I just need to run that very slowly though. I'm not going to spend a ton of energy on that. Okay, now in terms of providing this bad boy with power, I think the easiest is to run it through here. Just do that, and in there. We've got it set up at the power. I'm just ever so slightly worried that this is gonna overdo it. So let's quickly have a look at this one. So what does that do in terms of wattage? 240. So if I look at my power once more, it's 240, 240. Okay, it's 240 and 120. That gives me 360 plus 4400, 600 right there. 720 and another 240. Ooh, gives me 960. So that is the absolute max that we can run over here. So giving it power from that side is probably not going to be ideal. Over here though, we have almost nothing. So we've got 240, 240, 480, 600 and another 60. So really what we need to do is we need to run it over there. Split up our circuits and run it on that side. That's what we're going to need to do. And I'm also quite keen on us getting into the more appropriate forms of power, heavier watt wire, running central cables and things like that. So hopefully what we can do with dripping that down there, I'm hoping we can cool the oxygen that gets out of here without having a too intensive setup. It's only 25? No, it's 34. Up here, oxygen, the gas pipe. That is quite interesting. So gas contents is empty, and here all of a sudden it's I think there's something wrong with it, right? If we look at that, yeah, no, there it is. 33 degrees at the top over there. So ideally I would like to drop that by like 10 degrees. That would be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go start getting that ready. The other thing I want to do now is start our first hydroponics farm over here. So if we go to food, and I am thinking what I should be doing is just placing these as tiles, right? I want to place them as tiles. So what I'll do is I will actually deconstruct all of that. Okay, and I will place some tiles in there. So get that done. Oh my goodness, now you guys are stuck, huh? Okay, so let's get our hydroponics in there. That's obviously what we thought was going to happen, is they're going to end up stuck over there. Got some other solutions. Let's just prioritize that so these guys don't run out of oxygen over there. How many do we have in? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, that's actually perfect, guys. That's not going to work. We need to get this done. So dig that out before you suffocate, buddy. And now you should be able to get down. Perfect. It's going to be much better. Okay, so what else can we plant in here? We can plant pretty much anything in here. For now, I'm going to go with the mealwood. Growth requirements. So the atmosphere is fine. The pressure would be fine. This plant must be housed in a planter box, farm tile, hydroponic farm, grow domestically. That's fine. All of that's fine. Decor is a bit of a problem, but we've got a bit of room in here to make sure. So I'll get that in there. And then I want to see if there's some issues with it. I want to specifically check if we've got issues here. Okay, so it's got no liquid intake. Fair enough. But what originally this was irrigated using, what is it saying? Farm plot, no liquid intake. Farm plot inoperable. That's fine. But it's actually not telling me what kind of water it should be taking. And I thought in the original agricultural update it was taking polluted water. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to see about doing something like that. I don't generally want the guys to be running into the Jeremy area over here. That is not gonna what I'm after. And this side is much cleaner. So what I'm gonna actually do, and it's closer to, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna run, so let me just put this tile, put this ladder back in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a section like such all the way to there, and then I'm going to ladder it down in here, and I'm going to put in another pump, well, probably all the way at the bottom, right? Since there's no germs in there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that, run it down there. Make sure we get that. What's the temperature here? So that is pretty hot, right? 32 degrees in there. So we need to make sure that we don't get the base very hot and heavy with that. with that. So I want to make this from something that's going to be effective in managing temperature. So sandstone doesn't manage temperature. I think any of these others can properly manage temperature, so I'll just use granite. I don't have a lot of abyssalite. I don't think this requires abyssalite, but I think like a granite pipe from here is probably a good use of it. Okay, so granite pipe up there, in there, and apparently we can just run it like that. So I'm gonna do that. There you go. The other thing is we need some power for that, and there's yet another 240 running through there. I believe this should be sufficient, so let me run it straight through there. Copper is gonna continuously be a problem here, so let me just run that in. Oh, and one more. There we go. Okay, so let's keep all of that going. Hopefully I can irrigate it like such. If not, if they've changed it, and I'm not sure, I must admit I haven't read up on this. I just watched a few people play the agricultural update back when it came out. So things might have changed. Things certainly looks a little bit differently. But before I plant all of them, I just want to test this first one over here, which obviously the farm plot isn't doing. Actually, to be honest, let's cancel the pipes for there. So I just want to run the first so that we don't get the entire thing. So is that now working or something? It is growing. But how? Just because it's got an intake? Feels a little bit funny though. Okay, so that's underway. I want to get this dripping thing going. Ooh, I don't think that is reachable. No, it has to be reachable. All of these have to be reachable. Okay, all of these have to be reachable. Got some more hatches running over there. Okay, so this is going to be our first farm operation, and I want to see if all of this kind of works. Let me just have a look. Okay, so this is carbon dioxide. They don't have a problem with carbon dioxide. And apparently they also don't have a problem with pressure under, which I thought originally they were supposed to have some pressure problems. Okay, so I need to cool this down, which is the plan, as soon as we get all of this built. And then I really want to start seeing what we can do with this. What is this? We've got some stress. Why is Nicola stressed? Oh, and now that I've done that, I can actually fill out the rest of my room here. Yeah, so please start doing that. Where is this going to fall to? Right over there. That's going to be fine. And we can also do that, and that, and that, and that. Okay? Start digging all of that out as soon as you get some time to do it. Yeah, get your dig through there. Yeah, it's fine for now. Okay, I want to see this thing up and running. Ooh, and before we do that, I don't want to drip too much of it, so I'm just going to drip very minute bits of water through there, like 500 grams per second. I'm hoping that that's done, and that should be done soon. Finish it off. Oh my goodness, you had like one more little thing to do. They're underway over here. We've dug out all of that, apart from entomb this section here as well. Got some oxygen down here. That's pumping. Is that dripping anything at all? Oh, there it goes. The wire and the electrolyzer. So I want to see if that is actually cooling it down. Is it cooling it down? It is going down a little bit. It does seem to work, actually. The question in my mind though is, how much water? We had a lot of water on the ground here. Is that actually creating water into steam or anything like that? And is that cooling down anything over here? I don't know. So we used to have the gas pipe contents here at about 35, and it's still at about 35. Let's have a little bit of look. What I want to do is I want to get the guys in here to quickly come and mop up all of this. Once the water is mopped up, I want to see if that still does a bit of an issue. Still has a bit of issue. Restroom out of order, both of them. Guys, you should be fixing these as a matter of urgency. And yes, I know, the next thing I need to do is probably get that up and running. Okay, can you please finish this off? Ooh, the one thing that I obviously didn't think of when I was doing this is opening up that. Let's as a ASAP quickly get a manual airlock in here, please, and prioritize that as rapidly as possible. Start running into problems because of our that's gonna keep being a problem, right? Okay guys, just stop doing that, please. Cancel all of those orders, please. So clearly it's gonna keep doing that if we do that. So that's not really an option. It's cooling it down quite a lot. Is that cooling that temperature down? Gas pipe content. Come on guys, gas pipe content still at 35. It seems like it did drop a little bit, right? So gas pipe content over here, 35.2. I don't know if it's working though. I just don't know if it's working. Okay. So polluted oxygen in here. Please build that. So I don't want too much polluted oxygen into the base. Because yeah, I didn't quite think that think that one through. And to be honest, I should probably dig that out and put yet another one in here. Another manual airlock on this side. Oh my goodness. Okay, we should be able to deal with that. Okay, manual airlock. Is this been fixed now? This one is open and available. So yes, excellent. The other one should be done shortly. And yeah, so this dropping of the water here, I'm not sure this is winning. I'm not sure this is winning, and this is filling up whatever we've got down here. Let's see if I do this very nice and low, like 100, or not that too much. I want to do it very low, very low, something like that. Okay, so go and change the setting over there. Ooh, made a mess now. Is it in the same spot? I love it that it's in the same spot over here. So we'll just mop it up one more time. Thank you very much, everybody. In there. Probably need to mop it up in here as well. And to be honest, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the airlock. Let's deconstruct the airlock for me, and then I'm gonna put in a little tile in there so it does a similar thing to that side, so at least we don't have this ridiculous constant flow of water down the base over here. Take that one out. Food shortage. Oh my goodness, what's going on in this? Continuous mush bars, please, please. And this is ASAP urgent. We need someone on that all the time. Okay, so that's been done. Deconstruct this tile for me and add a tile down at the bottom over here. And I'm thinking I should probably start insulating this as well. That's something we can look at. Okay, so that's been put in place. I need... No, stop doing that, guys. I really... Actually. Stop doing that! Because there's another guy coming in here, right? So, make your move. Come on. Move to there. Move to there. Move to there. And damn well lock this door, please. Lock the damn door. Move there. Ah! And now it's locked, right? Just get out, leave. Just leave. Ah! I hate these guys. I truly hate them. They're killing me. Oh, I need another airlock in here. Come and build the damn airlock in here. Why have we run out of power? Did I deconstruct something that I shouldn't have? Give me my manual airlock back over here and let me have a quick look at the power. Oh, we've disconnected this section, so let's get the power back up and running through there ASAP. There you go. So build that, get out of here. This is crazy. Come and build stuff. So break that thing apart, get me some tiles. Ooh, that's not what I want. So get me some tiles. I just need these guys to be a little bit better at doing what they should be doing, like so and like so. Some pneumatic doors from copper, which is not a great use of my copper. So come and build all of that. What else can I get you to do? Is this thing growing? Is this thing growing well? I'm not sure if the detail is still going. Are we actually irrigating this? Are we irrigating this thing appropriately? I have no idea whether this is working the way it should be working. So it's got some polluted water in there. I can probably link up the rest of it. Get out. Come on. Why can't you get there? Has this been locked? Oh my goodness. Just get out. Leave. Now. Lock. And is there still stuff out down here? There's probably nothing. Okay, fine. You can't get in there now. We'll get back to you shortly. Building entombment. Oh, that's perfect, guys. That's really good. Why don't you just dig it out instead of messing about? Oh, great stuff. We didn't build this. But at least we shouldn't have too much problems with hydrogen in there, though. Over there, maybe, but not getting out here, I think. Yeah, I think we're fine. My 4 hatches in there. Oh, and it can't go into the igneous rock, so that's been the issue. Please finish off that. So the electrolyzer, I don't think this is working to cool down the electrolyzer. We really need to get into an ice biome. I thought it might work based on what's worked for other people in the past, but I think this is probably something that's been fixed a little bit. What is the content of the gas pipe here? There it is, 32 degrees up here. Obviously not ideal. I'm just wondering if this is an ideal growing environment for the mealwood. It does seem to work. I think they may have nerfed the whole mealwood thing a little bit. So or the whole agricultural thing. It might have been a little bit too difficult. So anyway, let's run that. That's applied. Let's make sure we get the piping from granite and run that through there to make sure all of that's got its stuff in there. I think that should do the trick. That's one of those things that we can probably start using from the bathroom once we get the bathroom set up and running. They're actually finally building my airlock again over here. Please cancel the mopping of that. I want to see, this is probably, I think this might get a little bit too, because we're dropping so little water now, it's really doing the heating thing again. Maybe I should be dropping more of it again. So the mush bars. Okay, so hopefully once all of this is built, so my question is with regards to whether, okay, so what I want to do here actually is I want to give me one more tile in here. Give me the oxygen deodorizer in here, please. Just so that we don't creep that out. That doesn't have to move at all. I can just lock that so we don't get people running through there to go and pick up whatever it is that we've got down there. I can auto this one for now. So you can please go and do the build over there. All of this is now going to be growing, so we're going to get this growth to start. I'm thinking about lights, but we don't have the kind of power for that just yet. We don't have any research assigned. Let's have a quick look what's going on with the research. I'm thinking distillation is probably a good one. Ooh, and temperature, HVAC, that's what we want to do. Go into that stream. And the next thing I want to do is get a bathroom up in place. And what I want to do is actually do bits and pieces of bathrooms, a little bit over here and a little bit over there, to make sure that we actually have, okay, so they can't actually get up there, to make sure that we've don't have a long way to run every time to get to certain areas. Okay, so let us quickly see about this. Okay, it's almost at the end of this episode. I think this dripping used to work when it was a certain amount of water that it was dripping. Okay, so let me not up to 500, but let's do like 280 or something like that. If we do that, we'll see what that does. The air deodorizer over here should hopefully clean up this. It's still awaiting some sand. Deliver some sand over there, and hopefully we can fix what's going on over here. I just need to get that sorted out. Please don't go. No restrooms. Okay, you'll be out shortly, man. Okay. Okay, the next thing we need to do is restrooms, but that's going to be in the next episode. I think this is up and running and working. I'm not too sure. It is getting... It is filling up with polluted water. All of these are nice and filled up with polluted water. Whether these guys are growing, so they're all nice and growing. Whether they're growing at perfect conditions, no idea. Whether we're going to get a perfect harvest, I've got no idea. But at the moment it seems to be running, so we'll get a lot more meal lice. I'll get rid of that at some point and do the same kind of thing, just so that we can keep that all running all the time. Excellent. I'm Exactchaos. This has been Oxygen Not Included Exactly. If you've liked this episode, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the new ones. Bye bye.